if I'm going to read the Violator, I got to keep the Sabbath holy, at the very least. There's just two quick stories about Jesus that I wanted to read. What is this? Matthew 26:6. Now when Jesus was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, a woman came up to him with an alabaster jar of very expensive ointment, and she poured it on his head as he sat at table. Now, this always kind of made me laugh, because I can see it. Like, okay, Jesus is sitting there at at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper. A woman comes up with a jar of it and dumps it on his head. But when the disciples saw it, they were indignant, saying, "Why this waste? As long as it might have been sold for a large sum or given to the poor." But Jesus, aware of this, said to them, "Why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a beautiful thing to me." And he likes it. You know? Like, it's just great. She's done a beautiful thing. "For you always have the poor with you, but you will not always have me. In pouring this ointment on my body, she has done it to prepare me for burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what she has done will be told in memory of her." I just always liked, I just love the imagery, and he doesn't mind. He's just like, okay. He's a good guy. I love Jesus. So where are we here? This is Luke. Luke 5:27. After this, he went out and saw a tax collector named Levi sitting at the tax office, and he said to him, "Follow me." And he left everything and rose and followed him. And Levi made him a great feast in his house. And there was a large company of tax collectors and others sitting at table with them. And the Pharisees and their scribes murmured against his disciples, saying, "Why do you eat and drink with tax collectors and sinners?" And Jesus answered them, "Those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance." So that's just two little things that I was thinking of today. You know, it's like the whole thing about Jesus is that salvation, you know, and forgiveness and all that. And, you know, he came to save sinners, so he's going to interact with them. I just still, the pouring the ointment on his head, it just gets me. Not in a bad way, you know, but. Kind of a funny story about my comic book collection is that some of them I bought, but like the Violator, about probably half of them were given to me back in elementary school. There was I can't remember his name, a guy named Steve, kid named Steve. They called him Rita for some reason, but he was a neighbor of mine, and he gave me his comic book collection because he was a big time Christian, and he had a moral and ethical problem with having these comic books in his house. And he said, "I don't want them, I don't want these comic books in my house, will you please take them?" And I said, "Okay, I'll take them." And I've never gotten rid of them. I'd probably sell them if I could, but I've often considered it, like getting rid of them, you know, selling them or something like that. But then I always remember, like, wait a minute. A Christian kid back in like 5th grade asked me to take those off of his hands for him. So I did, you know. Just a story. The true story.